Peace is often imagined as a destination, something you stumble upon or unlock with the right key. But this belief keeps many trapped in endless searching, hoping for relief to come from outside themselves. The truth is far more intimate and demanding. Peace isn't a place you find, it's a state you build within. It grows slowly, patiently, through the rewiring of your nervous system, the silent engine behind your emotional experience. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for safety or threat, shaping how you feel, think, and respond. When it's stuck in survival mode, calm feels impossible, like peace is a distant dream. But when you learn to regulate this system through mindful breathing, grounding, and somatic awareness, you begin to reclaim your capacity for stillness and presence. This internal reset isn't quick or simple, but it's the foundation for lasting peace. Rebuilding peace from the inside out means shifting your relationship with discomfort, uncertainty, and your body's responses. It requires deliberate, small steps, moments of noticing tension, choosing calm, and rewiring old patterns. Today, we'll explore how this nervous system work becomes the cornerstone of healing, showing you that peace isn't found somewhere else, it's patiently crafted within you. The content in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional mental health advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you're struggling, please reach out to a licensed mental health professional. Peace is not a place you arrive at. It is a state your nervous system inhabits when it feels safe and balanced. This balance means your nervous system isn't constantly scanning for danger nor shutting down in overwhelm. Instead, it's able to rest in a calm, alert state that supports clear thinking, emotional regulation, and presence. When your nervous system functions in this state, peace feels accessible, not as a distant dream, but as a lived experience. Trauma, chronic stress, and emotional overload disrupt this delicate balance. They throw the nervous system into a state of hypervigilance, where the body remains on edge, or into shutdown, where numbness and disconnection take hold. These responses are not signs of personal failure. They are survival strategies deeply wired into your system. Even if your external life is calm, your internal experience may feel chaotic, leaving peace out of reach. When your nervous system is dysregulated, you might find yourself caught in cycles of anxiety, irritability, or emotional numbness. These states make it difficult to engage with the present moment or feel grounded in your body. The mind may race, or emotions may feel muted, further deepening the gap between you and the peace you seek. This disconnect is why traditional approaches focus solely on changing external circumstances often fall short. Recognizing peace as a nervous system state reframes the journey entirely. It shifts your focus away from trying to fix your life or control every outcome toward healing your body's automatic responses. The nervous system doesn't heal through willpower or intellectual insight alone. It requires safety, time, and compassionate attention. This understanding invites a gentler, more effective path toward lasting peace. This perspective also highlights why mindfulness, breath work, and body-based practices are central to trauma recovery. These tools help calm the nervous system and restore its natural rhythm. By engaging with your breath, grounding your awareness in the present, or gently moving your body, you signal to your nervous system that it can relax. These moments build new neural pathways for safety and calm, rewriting the old survival scripts. Healing the nervous system is not a quick fix. It requires patience and consistent practice. You may notice progress in small ways, perhaps a moment of stillness during a hectic day, a deeper sense of connection to your body, or a reduction in reactive emotions. These shifts may feel subtle, but are profoundly important signals of your nervous system resetting. Importantly, this process is unique to each person. Your nervous system holds your story, and the pace at which it heals depends on your history, environment, and current resources. Compassion for yourself is essential here. You're not failing if peace feels elusive. Instead, you're engaging in a deep and complex process of rebuilding safety from the inside out. Peace grows as your nervous system learns it no longer has to fight or freeze. It learns it can rest, breathe, and be present without threat. This internal shift opens the door to not just surviving, but thriving, inviting you into a richer, fuller experience of life one, grounded in the calm presence of your own embodied peace. A nervous system reboot doesn't require a dramatic breakthrough. It starts with micro moments, small, intentional practices that nudge your system back toward balance. These aren't grand gestures. They're subtle resets. A few deep breaths, placing a hand on your heart, feeling your feet on the ground, or simply pausing to notice your body. These acts may seem minor, but to a system conditioned by trauma or chronic stress, they're radical. When you engage in practices like breath work, grounding, mindfulness, or safe eye contact with someone you trust, you're doing more than calming yourself. You're re-educating your nervous system. You're showing it, moment by moment, that it's safe to step out of defense mode. Over time, these signals begin to overwrite the old alarm patterns. You stop living on edge and start remembering what it feels like to inhabit your body with ease. Each micro reboot works like hitting a reset button on your survival response. When your body tenses, when your thoughts race, or when you feel yourself shutting down, these tools interrupt the spiral. They restore just enough regulation to help you stay present rather than dissociate or react. These are not quick fixes, but they are reliable anchors. And here's the key: it's not about doing them perfectly. The healing comes from repetition, not precision. If you breathe deeply once and expect permanent peace, you'll be disappointed. But if you breathe deeply 5 times a day for a month, your system starts to change. Safety becomes less of a theory and more of a memory your body can access, even under pressure. Many people dismiss these small acts because they seem too simple to matter. But trauma lives in the body, and the body speaks in sensations, not theories. These practices are how you communicate with your nervous system in a language it understands. That's why they work. They bypass analysis and go straight to the source of dysregulation. Connection also plays a vital role. Being seen, heard, and accepted in safe relationships can regulate your nervous system faster than any solo practice. A calm presence co-regulates yours. We are social beings wired to heal in connection. Even a gentle conversation or being around someone who feels safe can become a reset. Over time, these moments build resilience. Your nervous system learns to return to calm faster after stress. You stop fearing your own emotions. Triggers lose their grip. It becomes possible to feel without unraveling. And that's a sign of real progress. Not that life is stress-free, but that your system can return to center more easily. So the path to peace isn't paved with perfection. It's made of micro moments, scattered throughout your day, available even in chaos. Each one reminds your body, I am safe now. I am allowed to rest. And when practiced often enough, those tiny moments become a new default. One rooted not in survival, but in building peace is not an event, it's a devotion. Your nervous system, shaped by years of stress, fear, or unpredictability, won't suddenly flip into serenity because you read the right book or practiced mindfulness once. It's wired for survival, not peace, until you teach it otherwise. That teaching happens slowly through presence, patience, and consistency. Not because you're weak, but because your system is wise, and it takes time to trust calm. If you try to force peace to get better quickly or suppress discomfort, you end up creating more internal conflict. The nervous system doesn't respond to force. It responds to felt safety. That means you have to meet it where it is, not where you wish it were. If you're anxious, acknowledge it. If you're numb, get curious. Pushing your system only reinforces the same survival patterns you're trying to heal. Instead, cultivate presence. Noticing when you're dysregulated, not judging, just observing, is a powerful act. Presence gives you choice. It allows you to say, I'm tightening again, and then take a breath. It lets you choose regulation over reaction. This isn't avoidance, it's awareness. It's learning the subtle rhythms of your body and responding with compassion instead of control. This process is inherently slow. But slow is not a flaw, it's how deep healing works. The nervous system doesn't heal through intensity. It heals through repetition. That's how the brain forms new pathways. That's how the body begins to associate stillness with safety instead of danger. Every time you notice a trigger and respond with care instead of collapse, you're reprogramming your baseline. Think of it like a garden. You can't scream at the soil to grow. You tend to it daily, water it gently, remove the weeds, and give it time. Peace is the same, an internal ecosystem that thrives through nurturance, not pressure. And the more you stay present, the more you notice the micro shifts. A moment of softness where you'd usually tense. A pause before reacting. A sense of okayness that wasn't there before. Presence also teaches you to ride emotional waves instead of drowning in them. You stop fearing your own depth. You begin to trust that pain passes, that joy can be felt without guilt, that safety can be rebuilt, not because the world changed, but because you did. The nervous system begins to mirror that trust back to you through steadier breath, clearer thinking, deeper rest. And with patience, a new kind of strength emerges, quiet, grounded, and real. The kind that isn't about pretending everything's fine, but knowing you can handle it when it's not. That's peace, not the absence of pain, but the presence of capacity. Peace cannot grow in an environment that constantly signals danger, even if that danger is subtle, like chronic overwork, emotional invalidation, or overstimulation. If your nervous system is always bracing for impact, healing will feel like an uphill battle. That's why creating a supportive external environment is just as vital as internal work. Your nervous system is relational. It responds to cues of safety or threat from everything around you. People, spaces, routines, even your own self-talk. Start with the people you allow close. If your inner world is fragile, being around chaos or criticism is like pouring salt on a wound. Seek out relationships that feel warm, regulated, and present. These people don't have to be perfect, just grounded enough to not feed your dysregulation. Safe connection co-regulates your system. In trauma recovery, this is called neuroception, the unconscious scanning for safety. When someone is calm and attuned, your body starts to relax reflexively. That's the kind of peace you can borrow until it becomes your own. Next, audit your physical environment. Is your space cluttered and overstimulating, or calm and intentional? Our surroundings affect our nervous system more than we think. Soothing colors, soft lighting, minimal noise, these things may seem superficial, but they cue the body to settle. If your external world is chaotic, your internal world will struggle to soften, and you deserve spaces that invite your body to exhale. Boundaries are another form of nervous system support. Not every interaction is neutral. Some cost your peace more than they're worth. Start noticing who or what leaves you drained, tense, or anxious. Set limits, not to punish others, but to protect your regulation. Remember, boundaries aren't about being harsh. They're about being responsible for your own inner state. Every no to chaos is a yes to healing. Physical health and regulation are inseparable. Movement helps discharge stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Even gentle walking or stretching signals to your body that it's safe to release tension. Nutrition and hydration stabilize blood sugar and reduce irritability. Sleep is when your nervous system repairs itself. It's not optional, it's sacred. When you treat your body as an ally instead of a machine, it begins to return the favor. Rest isn't laziness, it's recalibration. If your life is filled with non-stop noise, your system will never feel safe enough to downshift. Build small rituals of rest throughout your day. A quiet walk, 5 minutes of stillness, disconnecting from screens. Rest sends your nervous system a clear message: we are safe now. And that message, repeated over time, rewires your baseline from survival to presence. And finally, self-compassion is the soil that everything else grows in. If your inner voice is harsh or impatient, your nervous system will stay guarded. Speak to yourself like someone worth protecting, because you are. Healing isn't about getting it right every day. It's about offering yourself enough grace to keep going. One moment of gentleness can undo years of internal war. Creating a supportive environment isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Your nervous system is always listening. Every safe choice you make, every boundary, every restful breath, every nourishing relationship is another brick in the foundation of peace. Peace isn't passive. It's not a gift handed to the lucky or the unscarred. It's earned through presence, through regulation, through choosing to meet your nervous system with compassion instead of judgment. Every time you slow your breath instead of spiraling, every time you rest instead of push, every time you listen to your body instead of override it, you're not just healing, you're building peace. It won't feel natural at first. Chaos is familiar. Calm might feel foreign, even boring, but stay with it. With time, peace will stop feeling like a stranger and start feeling like home. You're not broken. Your system just never got the safety it needed. Now you get to give it that, day by day. Peace isn't found. It's created, and you're already doing the work. Keep going.